Okay, welcome back. You have gone over into math land and you have done math equations and formulas, and you've come up with a plan based on your diagram to solve for the angle that you need and the side length that you need. So you did all this math that had nothing to do with computer programming, and now you're back and you want to translate that math into computer code. So let me show you where you want to start. First of all, when you're looking at your code, you have this part that says the setup, set the side length, draw the square, resize the square. You don't need to touch that. That will stay the way it is. I'm going to scroll down, and down below that you have the actual definition of what it means to resize the square. So when you see this resize square, basically you're missing a whole lot of items here that are going to lead into causing the cat to move forward a certain amount, and then he's going to turn a certain amount before he begins his next journey. Now, the thing is, you need to calculate what these amounts are. So you're going to do math to the side to calculate the length of that short leg and to calculate the number of degrees that rotation would be to make that work the way we want it to work. So now you just have to tell the computer to do math, right? So I will help you get started. And this becomes very visual because everything's hidden in these different color tabs here. But what you're looking for is this data, which is orange, and then in the data you have all of our variables are sitting here, and then you have a couple of blocks. You want this first block, which is called set. I'm going to go connect it there. And let's start with, I feel like we should start with a short leg. So if you hit that drop down, we'll start with a short leg. Now, here's what's really strange. You're not going to say, like, set the short leg to be 3. You're going to set the short leg to be, and then tell it what math to do to figure it out. So I'll help you get started. To do math, your best friend for math is the operator tab, which is green. And then you have all this math down in through here. So I'm going to say, I'm going to grab the times, and it doesn't look like it's going to fit, but it will. Now here's a weird tip. You want to get the left edge of it hovering over that square. Lots of times I get frustrated because I'm trying to put it in there and it doesn't look like it's going to fit. But if you put the left edge of it, see how it glows, and you can let go. Now, according to our diagram, we wanted the short leg to be 1/4 of the side length. So I'm going to go back to the data, and I'm going to say whatever the side length happens to be. So it's hard to start thinking about it this way, but you're not going to tell it exactly what the answer is. Don't say set the short leg to be 30. Set the short leg to be whatever that math works out to be. Now, here's what's going to happen. You're going to end up with basically a lot of sets because you need to do the long leg. You need to make sure you get set and not change. You also need to do the hypotenuse. And you need to do the rotation. So, and make sure you connect that once you got that going on. Figure out the short leg, the long leg, the hypotenuse, the rotation. Then once you have all those answers, you will tell the cat to move forward that amount that you calculated, to rotate the amount that you calculated, and then your new side length for the square it's going to draw will actually be the hypotenuse. So whatever you calculated the hypotenuse to be, you're going to put inside of that side length.